Let's get back to these markets here. Mixed kind of performance out there. The S&P is up a little bit. The Dow's down a little bit. But the Nasdaq's up about 0.6%. Rebecca Walser joins us here in our Bloomberg Interactive Broker Studio. Rebecca is the president of Walser Wealth Management. Rebecca, crazy times. The government's back open. We're going to have a lot of economic data starting tomorrow. We've got earnings. What are the conversations you're having with your clients these days, given all these crosswinds out there?
I think a lot of clients are saying, oh my gosh, we've had 4 trading sessions to the down, and that's a little bit nerve-wracking. Obviously, on Monday, we had the first time in 138 trading sessions where both the S&P and NASDAQ dipped below the 50-day moving average, so that's obviously alarming. And you've got a lot of consternation about, is there an AI bubble? Is there a lot of just hyperscalers funding each other's projects? And is that really something that we need to be alarmed about? And so I think today we're seeing positive momentum because obviously we're expecting a double beat on NVIDIA earnings after the bell revenue and EPS. And I hope we get it. And I hope we also get, some consensus or some forward guidance that says, hey, things are well, and that will maybe settle a little bit of the market. If you look at the Bank of America Fund Manager Survey, in September, there's only 11% risk of, as the top rated risk of tailwind risk of AI bubble, and that went to 45% in October. So we really are looking at calming this, it's really awful when you're getting these massive exponential returns on AI, and then any kind of bubble or any kind of news of that, and you get we switch over to the CNN fear and greed, like extreme fear. We need to calm, and we need to understand that as we monetize, this is a prickly process. Expect the rose to have thorns, and as long as investors are level set on expectations, then I think that they will stay the course, and that's what they need to do. You have to be on this frontier. You have to stay the course. And I hate to use a comparison to the .com bubble, but if you look at 2000, 2001, 2002, 3 years in a row of negative S&P 500 returns, never happened before, it's never happened since. And so it's just what happens when we're on a new frontier and we do not know what the true valuations are.
Right. You make a good point that you can't expect linear progression here. Having said that, it very much feels like this is the one event that everyone's waiting for, these set of NVIDIA results. And yes, there's going to be government data that comes out in the coming days, but it's so backwards looking, and we're not even sure if it's high quality or not. And the FOMC meeting is not until December 10th. So what happens between 4:30 p.m. today and December 10th when the Fed meets? It feels like we're in a vacuum.
I know, Scarlett. And the thing is that if you look, even Monday, I checked the Fed watch, obviously, and it was like it had flipped, right? We were majority percentage that we were going to get a 25 bit cut. It had flipped to 55 no cut, 44 cut. I was like, what? It's back up now. It's still only just under 49% chance that we get a 25 bit cut. Listen, I think the Fed has sounded, and the people that are speaking have sounded more hawkish in the last couple of days. And I think they can blame that on saying, look, we are in a fog. We don't have data. We need data. So unless we get really severely bad economic data, obviously we see Verizon announcing the largest layoffs they've ever had in the history of the company. So they see that they've got labor to really deal with. That is one of their mandates. Obviously it's conflicting, but that means accommodative Fed. That's what people are kind of expecting. I think the market always gets ahead of its skis. It had already priced in a December rate cut. So if we don't get it, it's going to be bad. And so we're looking for it. We need it. And I'm still expecting that we will get it unless we get massively positive news that is, that inflation could be further exacerbated if we cut in December. I don't think that's going to happen. So I do expect a cut.
Are the earnings that we've been seeing out there from corporate America enough to support this market, do you think?
I mean, they are. And if you look at them, obviously we've had tremendous third quarter earnings. If you look at the results expected in the summer, we were only expecting to get an 8% return. We're looking at closer to 13% with the actual returns that we've seen. So I think that there is a lot of positive. It's just that it's all on, or a lot of it is focused on the tech front, and that's where investors come back to. But is it a bubble, Rebecca? Is it a bubble? And I'm like, okay, listen, we're going to be on this frontier, and we have to accept that it's prickly. That's my word for this description of where we're at. I think it's the best word I can describe. It's like getting that flower with the rose and having the thorns. It is going to be prickly. And so, yeah, they're concerned. But I do think that you have to be a part of this. And whether it's overvalued or not, it remains to be seen. But you cannot get out of this and say, oh, gosh, I'm going to sit on the sidelines. You will miss out. You will be overlooked. So you can't do that.
Rebecca, very quickly, if your clients want to invest but want the safe havens and want to, go defensive, where would they find that defensiveness? I'm
going to say commodities, gold and silver have been phenomenal. We have been a gold and silver bug since 2020. And I do believe we're in a global macroeconomic transition from fiat currency to blockchain currency. That is coming. Stable coins are coming. And so I really like Visa. They're doing a pilot program for their businesses to pay in USDC stablecoin. And so that's what we're looking for. We're looking for traditional finance companies to move over to the blockchain. And those ones that do are going to survive, hopefully. And those that don't, I think are going to get left behind.
Rebecca, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Rebecca
guys.
Walser, she's the president of Walser Wealth Management, joining us live here in our Bloomberg Interactive Brokers studio.